It's your business. You can set the tone if you want to allow smoking or not allow smoking. If you want to have males only or females only, you can do whatever you want. In the United States right now, there are 76 million baby boomers. The number one dilemma for these baby boomers? Housing. That dilemma can be your opportunity. Welcome to the Assisted Living Network podcast, where you can discover how just one residential assisted living home could secure your financial future forever. Hey, it's Isabel from the Assisted Living Network. Do you love seniors and animals and want to open Dr. Dolittle's home of assisted living? Well, you can. Let's talk about pets in a residential assisted living home. When it's time for a senior to move into assisted living, they may have a pet at home that they have to say goodbye to. And losing your home and the place that you've lived for the last 10, 20 years can be really, really sad, but losing your pet can be even sadder. And so in many care homes and facilities, they do not allow pets. Now, personally, I don't allow pets in my home, and we'll talk about pros and cons, but if you want to open a care home where the seniors can bring their pets, you absolutely can. You can allow pets in your home. That's the beauty of opening your own residential assisted living home. It's your business. You can set the tone if you want to allow smoking or not allow smoking. If you want to have males only or females only, you can do whatever you want. So let's talk about some pros and cons, okay? First of all, animals are great for depression. They can reduce stress and they can boost your mood or lower blood pressure and cholesterol, says the American Heart Association. I love that. We all know that when you get a little cuddle from an animal, you're like, oh, this is the best. And for those of you who hate pets right now, you're just like cringing at the thought of it. But for a lot of people, animals are just an amazing counterpart. They're an amazing friend. They're man's best friend, right? Is what they always say. And so it's a beautiful thing to have that little friendship, especially towards the end of life. I know when I was living alone for a moment and it was kind of sad to be alone. And then my dog would come up and I would feel all better again. And so I know that there's some sort of loneliness help that animals can give to you. And so it's important that we have those interactions if it's something that we're used to within our life. But there are some cons to having a pet in a residential assisted living home. First of all, it's a trip hazard. I mean, if you can barely get your feet up to walk on your own and you need a caregiver to help you walk, it's pretty unsafe. Also, if you need someone to wipe your own bum, I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to chase around little Fido in the lawn and pick up his poop and clean up his accidents, right? If you need your own help taking care of yourself in that way. There's also some cost of upkeep. You know, many pets need surgeries or they need medication or specialty food. And during the end of life, you may be watching your budget a little tighter because the cost of assisted living can be quite pricey. And so you may not want to shell out that additional $500,000 a month, whatever it may cost for you to take care of your pet. I also want to say the responsibility of care can be a con. If the senior who wants the pet in the home with them can no longer care for the pet, who's caring for it? Well, it's your caregiver. And that's probably not going to go very well for them. They got the job based on taking care of seniors, not taking care of the kitty cat, right? And so it's important that you're making sure that you're taking care of all three legs of the stool, the business, the residents, and the caregivers. The other con we want to consider is allergies of other potential residents. If you're going to have a house pet or allow people to bring in their pets into your home, you may have some seniors who are allergic to pets. I know my mom is like deathly allergic to dogs. And so when we go to her house for Christmas, I can't bring my dog, right? And when she comes to my house, she can only stay for 5 to 10 minutes and the dog's got to be outside. And that's just how it is. But imagine this is now your living environment. And if you want all these pets there, you need to make sure that the seniors who are moving into your home are okay with this and their allergies aren't going to go off the wazoo. Now, I said it in the beginning, but I want to say it again. We do not allow pets in our personal care homes, but this is your business and you can do whatever you want in your care home. Don't let me stop you, okay? Whichever you choose to allow or not allow, make sure that you have it in your residency care agreement. Make sure whatever fees are involved are listed very clearly, whose responsibility the pet is going to be. If there's going to be any limitation on breeds or types of animals, you may want to disclose this. You never know who's going to bring in their emotional support peacock, right? We want to disclose this for the new residents coming in for allergy sake as well. So your residency care agreement is going to have all of those things included in it. And if you don't want pets in your home, you also want to list in your residency care agreement what the fee is involved. For us, we'll say, hey, it's a $5,000 a month dog fee. If you want to bring in a pet, it's going to cost you $5,000 a month. Most families at that point say, no, thank you. We will keep our pet at home, but can we bring them over for a pet therapy day where the senior can interact with their, little puppy that they had and feel that love once again? And listen, I love a pet therapy day. I bring my dog Stitch. We have kitty cats come. We have bunnies. We've even had small ponies. We've had turtles. We've had fish. We've had all sorts of fun stuff come into the home. You can also consider some alternative options, maybe having a house pet instead of individual pets. This may be fish. It could be a bunny or cats or goats in the yard or chickens. We've had some students who opened a care home and they had goats and they had chickens and they had all sorts of stuff in the backyard, and it made for like a little petting zoo, and it was a lot of fun. But you also want to consider this. Whose responsibility is it? If you are going to be requiring your caregivers to be taking care of these animals, you want to make sure you notate it in their job description. Communication is key. The residency care plan, the job description, on those interview questions when you're accepting residents into the home, these are all conversations you're going to need to have. Another alternative is something that I've already mentioned. Pet therapy. This is where pets can come and go on specific dates and times. And that way, if someone has a specific allergy and they cannot accept that type of pet, you can either tell the company who you're using for pet therapy, hey, we can't have snakes. Joe Schmo is allergic to them, or whatever the case is. They'll only bring the specific animals that you can and want in your home. The last alternative I want to mention is fake pets. Sounds a little weird, I know, but there's an incredible company called Joy for All. They literally have fake cats that purr and they kind of move. And so the seniors can hold them in their laps, and when they pet them, they'll purr and they kind of move a little bit. They're not like walking around the house, but they kind of cuddle and move a little bit. And it may sound silly, but the seniors love them. So if you're opening a care home and you don't want real life pets, you don't want pet therapy, you don't want a house pet, consider Joy for All. They have amazing toys, pet toys for the seniors. So there's some alternatives to having pets in your care home. And listen, if you want to open Dr. Dolittle's home, please invite me over. I would love to see it. And I want to see how the seniors thrive with the pets in the home. Thanks for listening to the Assisted Living Network.